If you're a poker beginner and have never played in a live poker game, you've come to the right place. I'm Tiffany Michelle, professional poker player, here to show you the basic mechanics of playing poker. When it's your turn and you like to bet or call a bet, just place your chips forward like so. If a player has bet before you and you want to bet more chips, just place the total amount that you want to wager. If you don't like your cards and you don't want to continue in the hand, you can discard your two cards in a couple of ways, but usually just by pushing them forward. Especially for players seated directly next to the dealer, it's important to protect your cards so that the dealer doesn't accidentally muck them or swipe them up while they're busy handling stuff at the table. If you place your cards in a specific spot, it's possible that the dealer might think that you want it to fold and automatically take your cards from you. To prevent this from happening, you can either place a chip on top of your cards, which indicates to the dealer that this hand is still in play, or you can just leave your hand resting on top of your cards as a way to protect them. Just be careful when you're sitting next to the dealer, whether they're on your left or on your right, that your cards don't end up in their space. Whatever you do, don't place your cards away from your own chip area, or else the dealer could mistake this for a fold. If you win a hand and the dealer pushes the pot towards you, congrats! That's a great feeling. Quickly pull the pot in close and start stacking your chips so that the dealer can move on to the next hand. It's okay if it takes you a while to stack your newly acquired chips, but just do so as quickly as possible and try to keep your winning pot out of the way of others. If you reach the river and you're instructed to show down or flip over your hand, just flip your two cards over. The dealer might pull your cards into the center of the table and show yours and your opponent's hands. Keep in mind that if another player originally bet on the river and you did not initiate the betting action, but you simply called your opponent's bet, you don't have to show your cards first. The player that initiated the bet must table their hand first. If you can't beat their hand, you are allowed to keep your cards face down and push them into the muck. However, if the other player wants to see your cards because you called them, the dealer is allowed to flip over your two mucked cards and show them to the table. If you'd like to bet all of your chips, aka go all in, you can do so by verbally saying all in which case the dealer will place a plaque in front of you that says all in to indicate this action. Or you don't have to say anything and you can simply push your stack of chips forward into the pot. If you choose to push your chips forward, just make sure that all of your chips are pushed forward in a singular motion. You can't put some chips in and then go back for the rest. That's called a string bet, and only the first stack of chips that you push forward in a motion will be considered your bet. When playing a tournament and sitting down at your table, the dealer will want to see your tournament entry card or ticket and your matching identification. Just sit down in the spot as your tournament ticket indicates and put these on the table or hand these to the dealer. At the end of a hand, the dealer will move the dealer button one spot clockwise. If you're directly to the left of the dealer button, before any cards are dealt, you are required to place the small blind bet. While the dealer is shuffling the previous hand, you can place this small blind bet at any time. If you don't know how much the small blind is, just ask the dealer. Similarly, the player directly to the left of the small blind, or two to the left of the button, must pay the big blind bet. This will always be double the amount of the small blind. Before the start of a new hand, and usually while the dealer is shuffling the previous hand, feel free to place the big blind bet forward. When in doubt, ask the dealer. If you're a poker beginner, there's no shame in asking the dealer questions like, how much to call? Am I the big blind now? I'd like to raise. What's the minimum to do so? While questions like these might alert other players to the fact that you're a newcomer and be slightly disadvantageous to you, if you're just learning the game and getting your feet wet, know that asking the dealer a question when in doubt is totally allowable. After all, we all started somewhere. For Poker News, I'm Tiffany Michelle, and those are the basic mechanics of playing poker.